Okay, hey, thanks for having me on.
Not a problem.
All right, I just want to take a moment to explain critical thinking, logic, and when you get into these kind of debates with other individuals and kind of sidestep Gamergate right now and not
Yeah.
your shield.
Okay.
If you're going to report, defend, or speak on Gamergate, make sure you're well informed, take the time to write out your thoughts, and don't give in to emotions. Nothing is wrong with creating dialogue, but make wise choices with whom you engage unless you find yourself being tripped up by logical fallacies and bombarded in shotgun tactics, especially if you don't have a strong grasp of logic and recognizing those fallacies. Pro Gamergaters need to pay attention more to the counter arguments and always be wary of those who share your biases and interests. Seek out controversy and not just those who with you agree with, admire, or who support your biases. Don't let your points on transparency, journalistic integrity, ethics, and consumer bashing be diverted by smokescreens and red herrings. This right now, what's going on those who are anti-Gamergate and who are putting in counter arguments against who are pro-Gamergate or perhaps neutral are demagoguing. They're otherizing. They're demonizing. And I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
Not at all. Carry on, please.
And they're hate mongering. We all know this, but this is what they do, and they don't have to be crude with their words. They can sound very polite and they can sound very intellectual and be very articulate. And you wouldn't know otherwise unless you can recognize these fallacies. So people really have to pay attention. Take a moment to recognize these things. If you have to take a minute and say, hey, I'm really confused right now. Can I think about this? And if they try to hurry you, that's another fallacy. Don't let smoke screens get up. When you try to talk about things, don't let them go into misogyny. That's not what Gamergate's about. The moment they bring up misogyny, that is a smokescreen. Tell them to stop, get back on point, or you're done with the conversation. Also when you're the speaker, you need to be able to prove your points. It's called a proof surrogate. And people like Brianna Wu, Anita Sarkeesian, and Zoe Quinn are going to throw these up all the time. Studies show, people say, well, you better be able to show me citation then.
Yeah.
Or
Great.
you're blowing smoke up my ass. This is a bunch of sunshine. And we're not idiots.
No,
Point in case, Anita Sarkeesian. Viewing media that frames women as objects or sexual playthings profoundly impacts how real-life women are perceived and treated in the world around us. Her argument without regret, sexism in media causes sexism in life. That's a slippery slope fallacy. You better be able to explain A, B, C, D, E, and F, not A and then D.
Yeah, totally agree. Seriously, guys, these are really, really good points.
That's what I just wanted to say. When you go into these debates, please come prepared because these people are going to trip you up with fallacies. It's tactics, and they're going to do it on purpose.
Yeah, totally.
And if they're not doing it on purpose, their logical reasoning needs to be pointed out. Even I make fallacies, and I'm an undergraduate in college. I'm a military veteran of 6 years. I make mistakes. We all do. We're all fallible.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you wrong.
Yeah, no. You're right. It's a mistake. An error is only a mistake when you fail to correct it.
Yeah, and recognize this. Be like, hey, you know what? I was wrong. Like in the case with Pixie, you need a good moderator, Sargon. Your moderator needs to be able to recognize these facts. Now, whoever was your moderator, I'm not bashing you, man.
No,
but that's just the reality of it. Your moderator has to recognize fallacies, and he has to be like, nope, I'm not going to let you go into a slippery slope. I'm not going to let you do ad hominem.
We didn't have a moderator. We didn't.
I thought she was there for a conversation like this, so I wasn't arguing with people. I was just talking to them.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my assumption.
No, don't worry. It was I actually secretly I would like to talk to her again because now I know exactly what I'm looking for.
Don't touch the poo.
But exactly.
Yeah. I want to show you. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I make this one last point?
Of course, please.
It's about demagoguery, and I'm going to show you how people can use demagoguery against you. This is Joseph Goebbels, a Nazi with a PhD, and this is what he says to his people about the Jews. When Mr. Bramsing or Mr. Not Rich, names of everyday Germans, feel pity for an old woman wearing the Jewish star, they should also remember that a distant nephew of this old woman by the name of Nathan Kaufman sits in New York and has prepared a plan by which all Germans under the age of 60 will be sterilized. They should recall that a son of her distant uncle is a warmonger named Burrich or Morgenthau or Untermeyer, who stands behind Mr. Roosevelt, driving him to war, and that if they succeed, a fine but ignorant U.S. soldier may one day shoot dead the only son of Mr. Bramsing or Mr. Not Rich, the Germans mentioned in the beginning. It will be for the benefit of the jury to which this old woman also belongs, no matter how fragile and pitiable she may seem. Does everyone see what he just did there?
No.
He otherized, he demonized, and he hate-mongered. He's saying that these Jews are trying to create a virus that will sterilize all Germans. and he did it politely. He did it intellectually, and he articulated. But the main points he did, he otherized, he demonized, and he spreaded hate mongering, and he didn't have to do it with cussing, he didn't have to use ad hominem, and he didn't make any fallacies.
It's really, really good point. Thanks for that, man.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for having me on.
No, seriously, thank you for coming on. That was really, really articulate.
Thanks.
Take care, man.
You too.
Who was next, mate?
I